Ladies and gentlemen, in the tumultuous theater of conflict in the Amhara region, the clash between the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF, and the Amhara Fano forces is unfolding across multiple fronts, each chapter narrating a tale of intense battles and profound consequences. The latest dispatches from the front lines illuminate a canvas of chaos, where the dynamics of war are etching scars upon the landscapes of Arati, Heiki, Mekdela, Mekane Salam, Delgi, Amba Ketema, Addis Alam, Dega Damot, and Durbete. Starting with Arati, the ambush by Fano forces on an ENDF convoy along the Mota to Dega Damot Road in central Gojam has resulted in significant casualties for the ENDF. Ambushes can be particularly devastating, and the toll on the convoy underscores the severity of the conflict in that region. Moving to Hake in southern Wello, the artillery shelling by ENDF on Werbabo and Ambasel areas indicates the use of heavy weaponry, contributing to the intensity of the fighting. The updates suggest a challenging and precarious situation in this area. Mekdela and Mekane Salam in western Wello are witnessing intense fighting with heavy losses reported on both sides. The toll on human lives and resources in these areas further emphasizes the severity of the conflict and the challenges faced by both military forces. Delgi in central Gondar has experienced intense fighting, leading to the evacuation of the townspeople. The displacement of civilians adds a humanitarian dimension to the conflict, highlighting the impact on the local population. Amba Katema in Gojam is another hotspot with intense fighting between ENDF and Amhara Fano forces. Claims of heavy losses by Fano forces underscore the high stakes and the fierce nature of the engagements in this region. Addis Alam and Dega Damot in Gojam continue to witness intense fighting, with both sides sustaining heavy losses. The prolonged nature of the conflict in these areas suggests a complex and challenging scenario with no immediate resolution in sight. In Durbet, the Fano forces' successful attack on an ENDF convoy, resulting in the destruction of several trucks, indicates a strategic advantage for the Fano forces in that particular engagement. Such tactical victories can influence the overall dynamics of the conflict. The latest reports from the front lines of Burbia Jiga in Gojam unveil a harrowing tale of an intense overnight clash lasting an hour between the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF, and the formidable Amhara Fano force. The echoes of battle resonate through the region, leaving the landscape scarred and the communities caught in the crossfire. Venturing into the western part of Debre Birhan city, nestled in northern Shua, the updates reveal an unsettling soundtrack of gunfire echoing through many areas. The sporadic nature of the gunfire raises questions about the volatility of the situation, adding an air of uncertainty to the already charged atmosphere. In the heart of Gojam, Finote Slim becomes the stage for another night of intense fighting between ENDF and Amhara Fano force. The conflict, though fierce, carries a momentary pause in its toll, as there are no immediate reports of casualties from either side. Yet, the respite is tenuous, leaving the region in suspense as the spectre of further violence looms. The report from Auzet district, Gasai, and near Samada Mekre Este in southern Gondar unveils a tableau of relentless conflict. The fighting is not just intense, it reaches a crescendo with ENDF deploying heavy weaponry. The strategic significance of this engagement underscores the gravity of the situation in southern Gondar, where the clashes become a symphony of destruction and resilience. Shifting the focus to the World Vision area in Lalibela, situated in northern Wello, a different facet of the conflict emerges. Fano forces, in an audacious move, free prisoners who were unjustly arrested on bogus charges. Simultaneously, they seize arms from the depot, reshaping the power dynamics in the region and challenging the narrative of the conflict. In the serene backdrop of Baru Selassie, nestled in southern Wello, a brief but intense overnight clash unfolds, leaving the residents grappling with the uncertainty of what lies ahead. The brevity of the fighting does little to diminish its impact, as each moment of conflict shapes the narrative of the region. The protracted saga of Wolkate unfolds as a convoluted narrative, intricately woven with historical grievances, political maneuvering, and the complex dynamics of identity in the Ethiopian context. Since the era of the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF, which annexed Wolkate into Tigray during its ascendancy in 1991, the region has remained a contentious focal point, transcending even the TPLF's departure from federal power. Residents of Wolkate recount a painful history marked by alleged atrocities during the TPLF's three-decade rule. Thousands were purportedly murdered, tortured, and displaced, with the primary catalyst being their ethnic Amhara identity. The inclusion of Wolkayet and Humera into Tigray, a departure from their historical placement in the Gondar province, underscores the TPLF's strategic reorganization of administrative boundaries, predating the current ethnic-based constitution. The conflict took a decisive turn in November 2020 when the TPLF, in a bold move, attacked the northern command of the Ethiopian Defense Force. Humera and Wolkayet became battlegrounds, witnessing TPLF's defeat and subsequent retreat to Sudan, leaving behind a trail of destruction and alleged massacres, notably in Maikadra. In the aftermath, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's government found itself treading cautiously on the Wolkayet issue, acknowledging its sensitivity. Abiy Ahmed, seeking political and military support during the two-year war, publicly underscored the undeniable Amharan identity of Wolkayet, questioning its incorporation into Tigray. The Pretoria Agreement, culminating the conflict between the TPLF and Abiy Ahmed's government, introduced a twist to the narrative. Though Wolkayet was not explicitly mentioned, the federal government committed to resolving the issue in accordance with the Constitution. This left room for interpretation and fueled the TPLF's anticipation that the contested areas would revert to Tigray if constitutional principles were adhered to. The post-Pretoria alignment of the TPLF and the federal government, allegedly dominated by radical ethnic Oromo nationalist forces, raised eyebrows. Delegates from Oromia even pledged allegiance to Tigray during a festival, delivering a veiled message against ethnic Amhara. The political landscape became increasingly complex, blurring the lines of alliances and intentions. The federal government's ambiguity regarding Wolkayet persisted until recent times when the Ministry of Communications asserted a firm stand without specifying details. In a peculiar twist, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed hinted at a referendum on Wolkayet and implied a similar fate for Raya. Local protests rejecting the referendum erupted, adding fuel to an already volatile situation. Abiy Ahmed's announcement of the referendum, coupled with plans for the return of displaced people, raises concerns about the potential manipulation of demographics and further aggravates tensions. The resistance from Wolkayet residents and the broader Amhara region, as evident in public rallies chanting "Wolkayet is Amhara," foreshadows a potential clash. Amidst this, a purported internal disagreement within the TPLF surfaces, with the termination of 4 prominent leaders by Getachew Reda, president of the Tigray interim government. Whether this is a tactical move or reflective of genuine discord remains shrouded in uncertainty. For TPLF, Wolkayet holds strategic significance with its access to Sudan, potentially serving as a fallback for imagined rainy days. Meanwhile, for ethnic Amharas, Wolkayet is a matter of identity, a sentiment for which they have paid dearly in lives lost. As the shadows of uncertainty loom over Wolkayet, the possibility of conflict escalates. Abiy Ahmed's government, already engaged in a war in the Amhara region since April, faces multiple challenges, including the TPLF's retention of armed forces and the expressed intention of gaining access to the Red Sea, which might involve Eritrea. The coming weeks and months will unfold the intricate layers of this multifaceted narrative, determining whether Abiy Ahmed's announcement of the Wolkate referendum is a calculated move or a precursor to further upheaval in an already tumultuous region. The complexities of identity, geopolitics, and historical grievances converge in Wolkate, shaping its destiny in the ongoing tumult of Ethiopian politics.